Time ever, Mississippi State football is #1 in the country. It's a dream come true for many wearing maroon and a former Bulldog quarterback who still has a love for the game. R.H. Brown has the story.
I'll show you my
Former quarterback Bill Stacy is an MSU Hall of Fame alumni and one of the greatest athletes to ever play for Mississippi State. Clutching a picture with his two brothers Benny and Bobby, Bill Stacy is the one of the trio of foster kids that went pro.
My first love was track. Second love was football. So they put me at quarterback, and that's where I stayed until I got into the pros. And then the pros drafted me as a defensive halfback.
The 1959 #1 draft pick, who still has his old-time helmet from that era, signed with the Chicago Cardinals. Stacy remembers playing with great athletes of the game, Johnny Unitas and Jim Brown of the Cleveland Browns.
His defensive back said, "Don't try to take Brown on by yourself, because he'll hurt you." And he knew what he's talking about. And I, smart aleck, thought I could take him on, and he knocked me in the next week.
With all of his defensive abilities and ground-gaining accomplishments, for 54 years, Stacy was the only player in football history to get a reception, touchdown, fumble return, and interception. That's all changed. 25-year-old J.J. Watts with the Houston Texans is now up there with Stacy.
Well, they said you scored 3 touchdowns. And they gave the order and said, "Mr. Watts has tied your record." I said, "Does he feel good? I bet he's getting paid for it." And I wasn't. My salary was $12,000, and I got a $1,000 bonus for signing. Y'all laugh at that.
Big spending money. The average pro football salaries can't compare to those of today's players. And about being ranked #1 in the country, Stacy suggests caution on the part of the Bulldog team.
A figure they put out there, #1, you still got to play. And we've got 4 or 5 more games. And 4 of those could possibly, if you're not on your toes, get your ears pinned.
But for right now, Stacy has a pat on the back for his old team and their coach, especially after the great win over LSU and the 38-23 victory over then #2 Auburn.
They have done an outstanding job out there, building that squad, getting the personnel that they need. And, it's a pleasure for Mississippi State people to see them win like they do.
R.H. Brown, WCBI News, Starkville.
Now, Stacy was also the mayor of Starkville from 1985 until